My name is Nellie Wosu, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm a woman just like every other woman in the world today. I have a myriad of things to do, too many places to go, and yet, in fact, it feels like I've gone nowhere after going everywhere on any given moment in the day. So, what are you doing today? I hope you'll take a moment to give your heart a break right now. There are some things I'd like to share with you about your heart. I'm keenly concerned about matters of the heart from a mind, body, spirit perspective. I guess one would want to know, why would I, a rank stranger, want to be concerned about your heart? Well, I've learned a few things. Your heart is the central part of your body, and without it, nothing else matters. And your heart really matters to me. You see, I am a woman in the United States of America, and I have the distinct privilege of being the 1 in 3 women who will develop heart disease. Yes, I am a woman who has heart disease. I not only survive heart disease or survive with the disease, I thrive with the disease. So much so that after more than a decade, I'm still here to tell you about my story. We're back. Again, I'm Nellie, and I'm happy to meet you. So let me tell you a few things about myself. I said I was a woman just like you. I'm perhaps sillier than most women. I seem to find the fun in life, even when it's a catastrophic situation. I've learned that without levity, we don't have much to look forward to in life. And when we can look at a situation from the vantage point of this too shall pass, we have an opportunity to grow beyond where we are in our present situations. Well, I mentioned to you that I'm a woman with heart disease. I have what is called congestive heart failure. I'm at a stage 4 position. Yet and still, I live, I move, and I have my being in Him, but I'm also not going to think about what has come about to take me away. There was a time when I looked at heart disease as being a death sentence, but I've grown in that to believe, truly believe, that it has been a gift, for it has altered me in ways that are unimaginable. I no longer look at life the way I used to, and I did never have a negative view of life. But now I can appreciate even the more the subtle nuances of every single aspect of life. When heart disease comes upon you, we don't always understand the changes that happen in our life, because there's something going on within that really sort of just clouds our ability to see clearly. And those are some of the things that happened to me. Those are some of the things that I'd like to talk to you today that I discovered and overcame, and I'd like to share with you a moment in time about my journey with the Keeper of Me. I wrote this book entitled The Keeper of Me. This book is near and dear to my heart, for it chronicles my journey with heart disease before it was ever evident, before it reared its ugly head, until the path of just about now. It's been a long, arduous journey, but it has been one in which I have found the true meaning of life for a person who's always been full of life. There was a time when actually I had lost my zest for life. Nothing mattered. I was not even able to do the activities of daily living. It didn't matter. I was expected to not live very long. But now I expect to live a great long time. I think I'll check out somewhere just over 119 years old. Yeah, I'll leave you wanting more. And I believe that that's possible. I believe that that's truly possible. I'd like to share with you some things that I wrote in this book that may be able to help you in your journey with the keeper of you and any catastrophic illness that you may have in your life. It's going to be okay as long as you believe that by faith. Nothing is going to hold you back except yourself. So let's take a journey. Let's look at chapter 1. Chapter 1 is entitled, When Did the End Begin? I really wasn't certain when it began, but it did begin. Oftentimes in life, things happen upon us, and we don't know how we arrived until we're departing that place. Scripture led me to this about when the end began. You will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. That's Isaiah 26:3. Trust and faith is essential with any catastrophic situation in life. I've been known to say this: long before something manifests itself for us to see, acknowledge, and accept, if we ever do accept it, see it, or even acknowledge it, I believe that that something had already been ordained in our lives before the foundations of the world. I believe that. So as I mentioned to you a moment ago, I said I was gifted with this thing called heart disease. And yes, it has evolved into a gift. It has propelled me into being right here for you today to share some things with you. My mom would always tell me that the Lord works in mysterious ways his wonders to perform. Well, he performed a miracle for me because he allowed me to step outside of myself, to take a look-see at what's happening to all of us, women. Heart disease has no respect for persons. It matters not what your socioeconomic situation is. It matters not what your educational background is. It doesn't care that you're the head of your corporation. It doesn't even care if you're 18 years old running to catch a bus to get to your first job interview. Heart disease sneaks up on you quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's what happened to me. When I talk to you about being very tired, our nation is great. We've got all the technological advances. But why, oh, why would I, a woman that worked in information technology, forego one of the most great luxuries that women have, taking a soak in a long hot bath? Do you know it was about 2.5 years and I hadn't even taken a bath? I didn't stink, of course. But the thing about it is this: showers are quicker. I lived in the New York metropolitan area. I worked in Wall Street from the time I was 18 years old. Everything was great. Fast, 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 fast. I lived in Jersey, but I was just a quick moment away, 3 minutes from Jersey City, New Jersey, on the PATH train to the World Trade Center. And that's where my life began from the time I was 18 years old. And I stayed there doing that thing until I was 42 and about to die. So I mentioned to you that I was about to die, yet I did not know it. I did not know it at all. Things were closing in. My body had been speaking to me for quite some time. In chapter 2, I speak about the body speaking to us, and our bodies do speak to us. As women with heart disease, we don't have the typical symptoms that men get. We don't get the Hollywood heart attack. We could have pain in our jaw, teeth problems, lower back pain, which sometimes is associated with menses. We could be irritable, which again can be associated with our menses. But there's something more. My stomach was extremely distended. Maalox didn't work. None of those things to alleviate indigestion worked. I wonder if it had worked, would I have paid attention to it? We pay attention to everyone but ourselves. Dancing was my thing. There would come a time when I could barely breathe and move at the same time, let alone dance. That's what heart failure does for you. The heart is weak. When I was first diagnosed with heart disease, my ejection fraction, which is the heart's ability to pump, the effectiveness of it, was at 35%. It would plummet to 10%. And that doesn't look very pretty at all from either of those points. The ejection fraction should be about 60 when you're in good rhythm and your heart pumps well. Even now, when my heart is not pumping effectively, I still have a smile on my face and I'm able to get through because I look at life differently. Every moment is precious, no matter what's happening. Your life is a gift. Enjoy it. I learned to enjoy life lying in a hospital bed alone, but I was never alone, and you're never alone either. Anything that's going to take you out of your normal ability to function the way you always have can make you anxious, angry at life, angry with yourself. Why didn't I do this and why didn't I do that? Well, I've learned this. That matters not, because you're here right now with me listening to this, learning and actually thinking about what matters to you, my friend. You are so very special. You're great even with the myriad of mistakes that you make. But if you're going to make them in love. Be sweet and kind to yourself. Take a moment to take a moment. Step back and see where you want to be when all of this stops. And believe you me, it will stop, whether it's stopped for you or you decide to stop it. I don't do some of the things that I used to do, but I do so many more new things better than I ever thought I could or even would. New life is essential in being versus doing. Now I'm busier than ever. I advocate for Women on Capitol Hill with an organization, a wonderful patient advocacy group that I'm a member of and have been so since 2003. And that is Women Heart, the National Coalition for Women with Heart Disease. We're a group of women who have heart disease. We are represented from every state in our great nation. And our hearts matter to you. We're interested in matters of the heart. And I am so very much interested in your heart. No matter what's going on in your life, there's an opportunity to step out and step forward and to be versus do. I advocate doing, but I advocate being for yourself more. Because if you cannot do for yourself, what can you do for any others? I remember when I took my first plane ride. I was about 16 years old. I went to Florida. What I remember is this. The stewardess is what they used to call them then, but now everyone's a flight attendant. Told us in case of an emergency to first put on our own oxygen, and then go to assist another. I thought about that. My Uncle Herbert told me, he was a science teacher. He told me that the first law of nature is self-preservation. So before you can go to assist anyone, to save anyone, do yourself a favor. Get yourself checked. Take a moment to take a moment and enjoy your life. Take that day off. Go get all of your systems checked. Tell someone you love them beyond measure. Never mind if they're going to reject you. Just say it and mean it from your heart. You don't want to wake up dead with regrets. I want you to wake up well and to thrive like I do, in spite of the physician's diagnosis and prognosis. Remember that your heart matters, and it matters to me. We've shared some time today. I don't know if I've answered all your questions or if I've even made any sense to you. But the one thing I do know is that I love you dearly. And I believe that what I have in my heart has touched your heart. Come journey with me and the keeper of you, and I'll meet you at the finish line. Thanks, take care, and love with all of your heart. Your heart matters to me today and beyond. And please remember to encourage someone today, including yourself. This is Nellie Wosu, Minister Nellie Wosu, and I am the encouraging one. I believe that you can be more than the diagnosis and the prognosis also of any catastrophic situation in your life. I believe that you're able to step into your new life with